What is the significance of Jesus turning water into wine? Let's talk about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. You know, over in the book of John, which is in the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, it's the fourth book. It's chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. You could read the story there of Christ turning water into wine. That was the first miracle that he performed on this earth. So what's the significance of that? You know, I look into that and see how a lot of people, they have a lot of different things that they think about it, or symbolism of what it could be. One that I've heard for a long time is it was done at a wedding, so it's like taking one person that's just plain the same one person and changing water into wine is making it new. So it's a new life, and it's two people now becoming one. Heard that. I've heard other ones too, but what I take out of it is that it's Christ taking a new life out of an old life, making something new. See, I look at in the story where Mary had sent, Jesus' mother had the servants sent over these big vats of water, and Christ had changed that water into wine. And what I got out of that is, if you look at this, this is just a plain glass of water. But what is wine? Christ changed that water into wine. But what is that? Water is water, but wine is living. If you talk to any wine vintner net, they will tell you that wine is a living thing, and it's always aging. That's why they age it in the bottles, or if they open up a bottle of wine that's too young, they'll decant it so it'll get oxygen in it, and it starts aging faster to the ripeness it's supposed to be. But wine is living. So what I see is that we are like the glass of water. This is our lives. We are just a glass of water. But when we ask Christ into our life, when we ask His Spirit into us, when we accept Him, He puts living water in us. He puts wine in us. And then when we are speaking to others, they see Christ in us. They hear Christ through us because they have His Spirit that's living in us, and we project that to other people. And that's what I see out of this. I see something that was once just plain water turns into something that is living into wine. And I think that is why Christ used that as His first miracle, changing water and putting it into wine. And it's like Him putting Himself into our lives, and we become real. He becomes real in us, and we become alive in Him, and we share that with others. I hope that inspires you today. This is what I get out of this story, especially after working with vintners years ago and hearing how they talk about how wine is alive. I think, you know, the Lord does this. He becomes alive in us when we let Him in. So I pray that you will do that today. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.